Let's go over Solo: A Star Wars Story when it comes to its box office results and president of Lucasfilm, Kathleen Kennedy. This is Mike Zero here. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, as you all know, Thursday, May 24th was the official debut of the Han Solo film during its pre-opening night. On that very given night, it raked in $14 million, in comparison to Rogue One, which acquired $22.1 million, and The Last Jedi $45 million and change. We saw a significant difference in the amount of money it got on its Thursday pre-opening night showing, but looking at Memorial Day weekend, domestically speaking, it only got $103 million, where Rogue One: A Star Wars Story on its weekend for just 3 days, where Solo it took 4 days, but for 3 days, Rogue One got $155 million. Now, looking at the box office results, a lot of media sites out there have been going over how Solo: A Star Wars Story bombed at the box office, it stalled, it did not meet expectations when it came to the studios, and looking at all of this, President of Lucasfilm Kathleen Kennedy has refused to even respond to all of this. In fact, in case you guys missed it, all of the other guys have been jumping on this, all the other guys have been talking about this, whole entire situation, such as a couple of examples. Director Ron Howard responded to it, the Disney distribution chief Dave Hollis responded to it, even the Kasdans, both John and Lawrence Kasdan, actually responded to the box office results for Solo: A Star Wars Story that has been quite controversial right now when it comes to the Star Wars franchise and where it's leading the future, because this apparently changed Disney's plans of releasing 2 Star Wars movies a year down to just 1. Now, looking at President of Lucasfilm Kathleen Kennedy, I will say one thing, that she did the same exact thing with The Last Jedi, where everybody else responded to the backlash, mostly, of course, that being director and writer Rian Johnson, and a lot of people connected to the film as well. And even a lot of the actors, such as Mark Hamill and, even Daisy Ridley, etc. So, looking at Kathleen Kennedy, I think that she should at least make some kind of response to the box office results for the Han Solo film. I feel personally that it's a big responsibility to at least do a little, community service when it comes to the overall franchise. You're the president of Lucasfilm. I feel like at least one little statement, even just something, should be made when it comes to the box office results for the Han Solo film. And me personally, I do think that Disney knows that she's not the most trusted person within the Star Wars community itself. I know a lot of people have a lot of trust issues with her, I myself included. I will say, honestly speaking, that I think somebody else could do a far better job as the president of Lucasfilm, such as, I would say this right now, Dave Filoni. I think that he really knows what he's doing with Star Wars lore, and he just understands Star Wars. As far as Kathleen Kennedy goes, I think that's what the main issue here is that I think Kathleen Kennedy doesn't really know exactly how to treat Star Wars. I don't think she really knows Star Wars 100%, and I think somebody else could very well take her job in 2021, where Bob Iger is leaving Disney and the Star Wars franchise. And I think that whoever his successor is going to be, I think that there's a great possibility that they could actually look at other options to replace Kathleen Kennedy. Now, I wanted to go over the Han Solo box office results because apparently there's a lot of new projections coming out for the second weekend, and in fact a lot of sites out there are saying that it will induce, the first Memorial Day weekend results, and that this weekend's going to do better. I'm not quite sure how valid that really is, but we'll have to wait and see. Friday's right around the corner, and 3 days will pass before you know it, so we'll have to wait and see exactly how the second weekend performs for Solo: A Star Wars Story. Now, do you guys agree that the Last Jedi backlash and the boycott for Solo actually was a big chunk, the big reason as to why it underperformed at the box office? I would say that I definitely do agree with that, with some other factors in the mix, such as maybe even a marketing issue by releasing a trailer too late before the official release. I mean, there's tons of reasons as to why, but I do believe that a big chunk of it comes from The Last Jedi Backlash itself, etc. But anyways, guys, drop a comment below, let me know what you think about this, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel, and thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.